have to.
Well, can I do that? Can I do that to one of them? Well,
How many are we gonna do?
It's party day for the Zeigler family.
Happy birthday, dear Dane. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha.
It's a party for their son, Dane. He would have been 10 in June of this year.
Nurses were coming in and they said, we're gonna have to bring you down to the NICU. Dane's crashing. So we went down there and they were bagging him at that time. And then the doctor came over to us and said, you gotta let us know how many times we should resuscitate him. And I said, I can't. I said, you need to tell me this. And he just shook his head. He goes, don't do it again. I just held him until he took his last breath. He lived 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Should we say our names?
Yeah, I'm going to write my name first.
Eric and Kelly have 3 other children, Maya, Macy, and Grayson.
Let's hope.
For them, this party is a celebration of their brother.
This Sophie does not work. I got this.
For Eric and Kelly, this day is bittersweet.
Leaving the hospital was very tough. You have the baby's first outfit. You have to wheel her to the car and not have a baby in her arms. Was just
That was definitely the hardest.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
A few weeks later, the Zeiglers received a phone call inviting them to a life group, a group of people who attend LCBC, a group who all share a common bond.
They had a group of friends that they all knew had experienced loss of children, and they wanted to form a life group around that.
We didn't really know anything about life groups. It wasn't obviously something that we pursued. We felt like we had such a big support group with our friends and family. What could these people do for us who we don't even know?
It was a very vulnerable time, and I think they ended up listening a little more maybe that first time and just kind of feeling out who we all were. But eventually over time, it just became a really open conversation throughout the weeks that we would meet together.
We shared our story, and I can remember the one girl, Abby, looking at me and just the tears came, and she just said, you're the family I've been praying for.
I sort of felt like there was a special connection between Dane and Jolie because we lost Jolie in January, but she was actually due in June. And so that piece of the story really connected me to their story.
The Zeiglers decided to meet with the group for 8 weeks. And what they discovered in that time was that meeting as a life group proved to be a source of healing and connection.
After life group, we would lay in bed and, hey, what did you mean by that? And it just brought us closer, because it would not have been questions that we would have asked on our own. At that point, we were just trying to make it through day by day. So to have someone kind of asking how you felt that day, and not letting you just get off the hook with, oh, fine. Digging deep a little bit and not feeling sorry for kind of what comes out of your mouth, where that's the day you had, and it just strengthened our relationship, and increased the communication.
The goal of every life group is to do life together, and the greatest groups do more than just that. They become a family.
The 5 girls went to Panera for lunch, and we're sitting around, and I think the life group prior to us meeting, I had said that I was pregnant again. And then we're sitting there, and Kim announces that, you know what, I'm also pregnant. And then Abby announces that she's also pregnant. It was the 3 of us that had not had a baby after our loss.
Yeah, it was a very scary thing to think about being pregnant again after a loss.
To be able to support and talk and share with one another through that was just powerful.
All of a sudden, this life group support of just losing a baby turned into also helping us cope with our anxiety and feelings of now carrying the next one.
It really, sharpened our faith in God, and God really used those girls and guys in our lives to be, encouragements and say, listen, God is with us and He is faithful and we're all going to get through this together. And it was, I needed them during that time.
It's been over 10 years since the group started, and now they have 25 children, 6 of whom are in heaven. And the group still takes time to celebrate those special dates, reaching out with encouragement.
And knowing that you can just text those guys when you're having a tough day, it's just been a terrific blessing for us.
Connection is contagious. The group now sets out to help others who are going through similar situations.
We were getting to the point where we all felt like we've supported each other. Now, how can we support other people?
We each have these circles outside of the group, and so anytime someone in those circles experiences a loss, we kind of all will text each other or email and connect and be able to pray or be able to offer support or be able to just encourage.
It was just really cool to be a part of something bigger, knowing that we were making a difference. Because when you go through something like this, you don't want it to be for nothing. You don't want it to be in vain.
No one should do life alone. Life groups connect people who can depend on each other, people who share a common bond in Christ.
When you have friends that have the same direction, you just feel so comfortable, and you open up in ways that you didn't think that you ever would. And the 8 weeks that we had went pretty fast, and it was, hey, let's keep this going.
Just to sit down and be comfortable with people that you can share, the good days, bad days is important. I think everybody should have that.
To be able to turn to some people that you trust in and that have heard your story, know your story, their whole goal is to help you through life.
Made a huge difference in our lives, definitely.